It's not hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true. It's not hate to say that we were Jim Crow, discriminated and segregated.
Our problem has been, as black people, we've always been concerned about white America, never about us. And what we've always thought is that white America equal the same interest as us. That is not true. We must now be concerned.
I can't be a pessimist because I'm alive. To be a pessimist means that you have agreed that human life is an academic matter. So I'm forced to be an optimist. I'm forced to believe that we can survive whatever we must survive.
I might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
Tuned in to the End of the Bench media that's bold, black, and beautiful. Good evening. Let me sit back. Thank you for tapping in. This is the End of the Bench media. I am Brian H. B. Williams. This is Build and Destroy, a program called Build and Destroy, where I attempt to build a community, destroy the lies and propaganda that surround our community. Thank you for tapping in. It's important that you do so. If you are watching via YouTube, hit that like, hit that share, tap in, tell a friend. I need you to go to www.theendofthebench.com. You can watch there as well. Hit that play. You'll see me. You hit that play. You can tap in and interact as well. I am also, you can go to the link and go to a new black-owned media outlet called Fanbase, owned by Isaac Hayes III. Yes, that Isaac Hayes' son has started a social media site called Fanbase. It is awesome. It is fun. It is engaging. It's something that we all need to engage in. Thank you for tapping in. With that being said, I want to introduce you to the episode called The Bag. You know, that is the new colloquialism for money. We're going to get paid. I'm getting to the bag. I got to get that money and, all, you know, all that nonsense that we say. And it's not nonsense, but, you know, it's not traditional English. It's not what we find ourselves in comfort talking about, but it is something that we say on a regular basis. Our vernacular changes on a regular basis. This is the new form of saying getting paid or chasing the ability to get paid or putting ourselves in a position so we can reap the benefits of our labor. Yes, that is quote unquote the bag. The episode today is to represent the fact that we are leaving money from that aforementioned bag on the table. But before I start, I'm gonna do what I do every week. Every week, I salute my parents. My parents, Dolores and John. Without them, there is no me. Without me, there is no program. And yesterday was the 14th anniversary of transitioning of my mother. She inspired me to do this. Therefore, without her, there is no this. We wouldn't be sitting here. I'd probably be asleep because I got to work. But with that being said, I want to thank you for tapping in. Look, let's just hop right into it. We are in a situation too, whereas our community is in dire straits. Let's just be honest. You know, some of us are doing well, but what you have to understand is one of us doing well, or 1,000 of us doing well, or even 1,000,000 of us doing well is not us doing well. That is those people doing well. And that is like, I think I was talking about this around maybe June, even early as May. Rugged individualism. Rugged individualism is something that we must steer far away from, because just because Stevie Wonder did well, or R. Kelly did well, or Marvin Gaye did well, or any other entertainer that you like, love, or enjoy engaging in their art, they doing well. That does not mean we're doing well. We have not advanced because this person sold more records than anybody, or that person had more movies sold, movie tickets sold than anybody. That is not a reflection on our community. That is a reflection on that individual, and that is the reflection on that individual merging with an outside entity and allowing them to benefit from their talents. That's what that is. The whole get the bag thing is, I'm going to use my talents to advance my capabilities of earning. And when I advance my capabilities of earning, what happens is this: I advance my opportunities to earn. And when I advance my opportunities to earn, nothing can stand in my way. And that's what we're dealing with. What is the bag? How can we get to the bag? what is stopping us from getting into the bag? I tell you, just by a little life experience, the people who are closest to us. It's sad, but true. The people who are closest to us, whether it be neighbors, friends, family members, or other, or your inner circle, the wrong inner circle. Because hey, if you are an individual who says, I want to work for the state of Illinois, I want to work for the city of Chicago, I want to work for the county of Cook, and I want to work those 20, 25, 30 years, and I'm going to retire and I'm going to live a very good life, that is an awesome life to live. Because sometimes, like just if you don't believe me, go to Indeed.com. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has links on on Indeed.com that they're looking for people. The ATF, they're looking for people, and these positions are starting off at $93,000 to $125,000 a year. So if you, knowing what I know, when you retire at 85% of your highest pay, guess what? You will be living the quote unquote American dream. And it is not it is not out of reach. All you need is a bachelor's degree. Unbeknownst to most people, if you want to be in a Federal Bureau of Investigations and don't have an illicit drug pass, and you haven't done a whole lot of nefarious activities and been apprehended while doing those, you can be a FBI agent, a CIA officer, or ATF agent and move forward. You can be a sheriff. You can be a police officer. You can do those things. You can work for the Department of Family Services. There's a myriad of things that you can do for the state of Illinois, the county of Cook, the city of Chicago, or the United States of America, and you will be there. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what I'm talking about today is community building. I'm speaking about community building, building the community, removing the narratives. That's why I said the people around you may be slowing you down, because they're not telling you. See, the beauty in being a human being is this: we're the only entity on this planet in which we need people around us to be successful. And that's just the honest to God truth. We need the right people around us to be successful. If you are a person who's an artist in any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it be singing, whether it be acting, whether it be writing, whether it be singing, writing, dance, sculpture, whatever, dance, or what have you, you cannot hang around people who don't see your vision. It is utterly and humanly impossible for you to advance around people who cannot think in the same fashion that you think. If a person, place, or thing is not feeding into you, you will not move or advance as far as you could. There's some people that have slipped through the cracks and still be successful in regards to doing what they want to do, much like myself. Hey, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna advance. Guess what? I'm going to need a partner. I am going to need a subsidiary. I'm going to need some additional assistance, like you, the people who are watching. I need you to be successful. I definitely need you to be as successful as I can be. I cannot be successful sitting in front of this thing on fan base, on my website, on YouTube, and on other social media outlets, and just be successful because I'm so good at what I'm doing and I'm going to be successful. So I need you. But if you don't have the proper people around you as you are chasing this bag, you will not be successful. You also need to remove the negative mindset from people. The people who want to get up and go work for the state, the city, the county, in corporate America, or even small entities, they are 100% right, but they are not going to feed your soul. They're not. They're not, because they think for one, they're not going to respect what you're doing because you're not doing it the right way. And if you doubt what I'm saying, all you have to do is be raised Baptist and then join the Jehovah's Witness church. Be raised Baptist or become a Muslim, and watch the negative response you get. Hell, you could be raised Baptist and become a Hebrew Israelite, reading out the exact same Bible, read from the exact same text, but you're not doing it the way I think you should do it, so you're wrong. Not hey, we're representing the same God. You're just using different terminology. Not we're reading from different texts. Not we have a different perspective. You're wrong. And that's what you will get when you become an entrepreneur and people say, hey, I want to do this. I don't want to get up and go to work every day. And people will, little terminology like little. Oh, that's what you're doing. And they will attempt to monopolize your time. They'll dominate your time. And here's the sad part. They don't even realize that's what they're doing. Because if you had one of those, like with me, with my program, if I was doing this on WGCI, one of the most popular radio stations, or WVON, the only Black-owned radio stations in Chicagoland, or if CNN grab hold to this and say, hey, I like the way that guy's doing it, we can make it better. Do you understand how many people that I know that would tune in to CNN just because, hey, he's made it? But actually, every Tuesday, every time I log on, if I'm logging on Tuesday, if I'm logging on Monday evenings, or I'm logging on a different time of the day, I've actually made it. I have officially become successful. But people don't see it that way because I'm going to be frank with you, because that white man has not approved me and made me as popular as you think I should be. But if I could show you my analytics, it would actually shock you. 2.5% of my audience is in South Africa. 2.52% of my audience is in Canada. I got people listening in a place that I didn't even know existed called Uzbekistan, Korea, Mexico. So guess what? This little dude, this young man, I'm a middle-aged man now. This middle-aged man, this young dude who grew to a middle-aged man from the west side of Chicago, raised on the north side of Chicago, is reaching people on all continents. So guess what? That instantly makes me a success. But people say no, because you're not doing what I assume you should be doing. And that, my friends and family members, is why we fail. That's why we fail. We don't get to learn. We don't get to know. We don't get to advance. And guess what? When we do these things, we will continue to fail, because I don't care. It's this one thing, this thing called race. It's a made up construct, but we are immersed in that made up construct. Black America is immersed in this made up construct. We are the only people, ONLY people, on the face of this earth that says that we are categorized by what we look like. And it ain't what we look like. We call ourselves Black, which I have no problem with. I'm proud to be Black. But we're not even Black, we're brown. We're Black. I'm not African American. Do you understand what? So what do you call a person who grew up in Ghana, grew up in Sierra Leone, grew up in Botswana, and they get on a boat, plane, and come on over here? What are they? Are they African American too? But then we even come up with African descendants of slaves. Well, a slave isn't an individual. A slave is a tool. A slave is a category. But see, again, we're allowing other people to determine who we are, to determine our status on the face of this earth, to put us in a position so we can be successful. How can you determine, just like if I walked up to you, him or her, or whatever pronoun you identify with, and start calling you Jake? I'm not right to call you Jake, but if you answer, you Jake now. And you'll never be Thomas or Theodora ever again. You're never going to be those people ever again, because you Jake, and that's who you identify with. And the sad thing is, we watch these things in television, we watch these things in movies, we listen to music, and we see these things, and we see these people redefine each other. And then guess what? Like, for example, the movie, when I was a young person, it was the #1 series in the history of America at that time. It was called Roots. And guess what? Roots told you this. And it was put in front of you. That's why I'm a person with faith. Because God consistently shows us exactly what we're going through, and we won't even accept it. What we'll do is take it as entertainment, say, oh, that was good, man. That was good to know. And then we'll leave it right there. Leave it right there in that box. We're going to leave it on that TV, and that's it. If you doubt what I'm saying, if you're of my age, 3 to 4 years younger, 3 to 4 years older, you watch Roots, because we were all glued to that television. It's this one scene that everybody from my generation, Generation X, or a little older, at the end of the baby boom and younger, we watched that series. You know what we saw? We saw a man by the name of Kunta Kinte get captured played by LeVar Burton, later played by, rest in peace, he transitioned today, John Amos. You know him as James Evans or Cleo McDowell, other fantastic roles as he played, rest in power. But they beat him into submission and changed his name from Kunta Kinte to Toby. And guess what? Here's the beautiful part. Most people in our community don't refer to him as Toby. They refer to him as Kunta Kinte. Just like you should be referring to yourself as whatever title that they gave you. Maybe you need to look into it. Like Folsom people, brown people that were over here from the continent, and they were over here 15,000 years ago. But I'm not going to get into some history lesson or some archaeological conversation. I'm going to make my point. But maybe we need to look into this and reestablish our identity, much like the late, great, most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why those guys have X's at the end of their name, because it's an unknown. They're the tribe, they are the lost tribe of Shabazz. Or you could pick up any point in history that you want to attach yourself to. That's okay. Whatever you choose to do, that's what you're going to do. Or you can even stay with black. But when you get into this race thing, realize race is a competition. Just like running, it's a synonym for running. It is a competition for land, resources, power, unity, and whoever can maximize their community and put their community in the best possible situation so they can get the benefits of those things, they will, in essence, win the race. Period. That's why you got racists and racism and things of that nature. Now, what you really need to be worried about is bigots and people who are prejudiced. They prejudge you. Bigots are bigotry is based on hate and vitriolic responses to the success of people in this race thing. Yeah, and that's where we get confused, because we start pointing our fingers and say, I don't like that group and I don't like this group. But guess what? If you tapped in right now and sat here and watched and said, you know what, he's making a lot of sense, but I can't stand his black ass. Guess what? I wouldn't care, because you, for one, you're watching. For two, I don't know that's what you're thinking. And three, and most important, I'm getting credit for you watching. So guess what? I don't give a damn what you think. I don't give a damn if you hate every word coming out my mouth. But guess what? If you watched for 30 seconds, guess who gets the credit for that? Moi. And that's why I'm worried about, man, like the new poster boy for racism. When I was young, it was David Duke. The new poster boy for racism, hate, and vitriolic behavior is Donald J. Trump. I could give less than a high goddamn what Donald Trump ever says in the history of his life. He never has to say anything, because guess what? I'm not going to support his get down. But what I am going to do is support the people who support me and the people who look like me. And our biggest obstacle to overcome is that, first of all, we claim that we love Jesus. We claim we love the Prophet Muhammad. And we claim we love Jehovah Jireh. We complain when we claim that we love all these deities, and I'm a Christian, because I love Jesus and Jesus love everybody. And which lets me know that you never opened up that damn book one time. And I'm not saying that Jesus hated anybody, but I'm just letting you know you didn't open up. I know you, when you start talking, when you start speaking and parables and platitudes, I know that you didn't read that damn book, or you only read what Pastor Jefferson or my pastor, Pastor Dodd, or Pastor Giles. You just heard what he said and said, yeah, Dodd was right on that. Giles was right. That's all you did. That's all you did. You didn't read the book. You didn't study the word, because you're not practicing the word. And then when you talk about who you hate and I don't like, when you start sharing your personal opinion, that means that you're not living up to the penance of these, to the deities that you subscribe to. But when you do, you understand Islam is to submit to God. Christianity is to be crystallized and be Christ-like. See, it all ties into the same God. But see, you so mad, and he wrong. Allah don't know what Jesus knows. Shut up. You're not paying attention to the situation. You're really not. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What we're not doing is, like, back to the point with Dr. King. Dr. King said he led us into the wrong direction. But we don't even think about those things because we only know, I have a dream. That's all we know. Nonviolent, I have a dream. But did you know that Dr. King applied for a conceal and carry at one point in his life? Mr. Nonviolent. But see, at some point you elevate to a different status. And when you elevate to a different status, differently intelligent people stand on what they believe in. I believe 2 + 2 is 22. I believe that. Because see, it's a 2, and if you put them together, that's 22. But when you are open to listen to someone who may have a different perspective or more information, you find out that 2 + 2 is actually 4. That doesn't make you stupid. That just means you were uninformed. That made you ignorant. But now, because you were listening and you were open to a different ideology and a way of seeing things and a way of knowing and a way of knowing or the way to cultivate things, you will be enhanced. You'll be enhanced, and then you can enhance others. That is the way of Jesus. That is the way of Dr. King. That is the way of Martin Luther King. Because guess what? There was people who actually taught Jesus a couple things, but you don't read that in the book. But guess what? There's a period in which he was studying, and he disappeared, and he came back a more learned person. And even if he was just sitting down with the Lord himself, he learned it. And that's our job, to enhance, advance, and move forward and share what our deity told us. And that's to love yourself, love him, love yourself so you can love others. That means, guess what? You ever see, is there anywhere in the Bible or anywhere, any of your books of faith where it said your Messiah had a job? No, Jesus was a carpenter. Yeah, that's what he did when he was younger. But then on Friday he went to work. No, because he was taking care of a lot of people who believed in the Creator. See, we don't even listen to the words. We just repeat. Well, you just gotta have faith. H rapping. God gonna bless you. You doing some good work, boy. Boy. God gonna get you, boy. Keep it up, man. You just gave the homeless man $1. You gonna get a blessing, and that's all you know. But you're not you suffer because of the lack of knowledge. And we have a lack of knowledge on how this country works. And with our lack of knowledge on how this country works, we never get to that bag, because we could create an entire entity. We could create an entire universe in which we don't need anybody but the lawmakers of this country. And the lawmakers are simply to keep the evil and wicked entities up off our back. You know, kind of like the laws of God. If you follow the laws of God, it will keep the wicked and evil people off you. And the people around you, if they follow it, the evil and the wicked people won't be able to come in and touch you, because we all be locked in with God, and we locked in with God, whichever God you pray to. Then you'll be able to make moves and elevate yourself and elevate your community and get past all the foolishness. It's all, see, what you don't realize is the people who are in charge of this country, they bookmark all those spiritual books and created this world, and then they keep you as ignorant as humanly possible to your power, to your knowledge, to your wisdom, to your understanding, and then you suffer because you don't study. You don't study. That's why I gotta get to the bag. And then you end up working with somebody. Guess what? There's certain things and certain ways of knowing. It's a different. See, there's 3 realities. There's reality via faith. And I got faith that my sister gonna be in this chat room every day. I got faith that certain people are gonna show up every week. I got faith because I know it's gonna happen. That means it's real. I tap in, they're right there. That's knowledge via faith. It's knowledge via study. And study is based on facts. The fact is, at some point, somebody that I don't know gonna tap in. I know it to be true because I've had over the last 30 days 24,000 people tap in. I don't know 24,000 people. That's fact. And I can go through my analytics and see that, hey, I don't know anybody from Uzbekistan. I don't know anybody from South Africa. I don't know anybody from Canada. And they're tapping in, though. So those are facts. Those are ways of knowing via facts. And then there is the truth. The truth is the reality of the situation. So no matter which one you use, the truth based on faith, the truth based on factual information, the truth based on your opinion, which is still the truth. It's the truth to you. And it's no less valid than the history and the facts and the way you feel. That's it. That's your faith in something. That's real. That's what, because I know God gonna get me through this. Next day, you do it, you had faith and you got through it. The reality of it, I'm gonna get through this, and this is the reality of it. I got through it. And then history, and you can do the numbers, and it's gonna be the truth either way. But we need to get to the truth in regards to this bag. The fastest way to get paid in America, you can talk to Warren Buffett, you can talk to Bill Gates, you can talk to Elon Musk, you can talk to Jeff Bezos. These are some of the richest human beings walking the face of the earth, And they will tell you, if you really want to get rich, invest in the things like Warren Buffett. He's a stock market guy. If you want to get rich, if you don't know anything about the stock market, this is what he says in his book. You know anything about the stock market, the best way to make some money in the stock market is, if you're a big Amazon shopper, go to, Robinhood. Robinhood, that's the easiest way, because Robinhood will, Nike, $250 a share. Nike lets you put $5 to get a piece of that $250 share thing. You can get rich. It's the slowest hustle out here, but you will increase your money. So what you do is, I don't know nothing about stocks, rap. What you talking about, man? I don't know, man. That ain't my get down, right? Cool. It's not everybody's get down. Salute to my girl 2Q. See my man Disco in the building. I can see my man D. Great. Thank y'all for tapping in. I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. And the people in the background, salute, respect, much love. I don't know nothing about that right? I'm supposed to know about that, man. Ain't nobody ever taught me that. Ding. I'm finna show you something. Download Robinhood. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna download Robinhood. If you don't believe me, it ain't gonna cost you but $15, $20. It's free to download, $15, $20 to see what I'm talking about. How many times last month you shopped at Walmart? How many times last month? Or how many times in the last 6 months you shopped at Walmart? How many times in the last 6 months you ordered from Amazon? How many times in the last 6 months you watched Netflix? How many times in the last 6 months you bought Nike or bought something from anywhere or any entity on a regular basis? Ding! That's who you're investing in. Because guess what? You're going to go buy another pair of Nike. Bam! I'm going to go get another pair of Nike. Woo. Nike, $250 a share. I'm going to put this little 15. I'm going to put 3 of that $15 H-Rap told me to put in Robinhood. I'm going to put that in Nike. It went up. Now I got $16.50. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm going to put $3 at Amazon. Amazon went up. Now, bam. And that's how you start to invest. Do you understand? If you put $35 a week in every month, from the time that you're 18 to the time you're 60, the statistics say you will have $3 million in 25 years. 25, 30 years. Oh, man, that's crazy. But you've invested in potato chips that are killing you. You've invested in snacks that are killing you. You invested in McDonald's that are killing you. I guarantee you, all of us on a regular basis put more than $35 a week into something that will never net us anything. But this is that bag, into the bag. Remember, we're trying to get to the bag, right? Yeah, get to the bag. But we are not looking at these things. See, we want to get rich quick scheme. Get rich quick scheme. We want that. I'm going to give you a get rich slow scheme or a get rich scheme. Also, again, remember earlier in the conversation, I said, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. We need to, I'm looking for the invest. I got you. We need to talk. 2Q, you already know. You know how to reach me. I was going to, hey man, that's what's going on. Hey, hey, you know how to get in contact with me. You know how to get in contact with me. That's all I'm gonna say. And by no means am I some type of investment guru. I'm just giving you opportunities to move forward. Remember earlier in the conversation, I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to figure out ways to get to the bag, and you need to have the right people around you. I'm not telling you because, like my man Disco, 40-year dude, me and this dude have literally, matter of fact, this might be the week that me and him almost jumped on my dates. You know what I'm talking about. That's how our friendship started. This dude jumped up in his face. I backed him. We've been partners ever since. Real story. Disco's in the chat room. He can tell you. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying because Disco don't want to be in the part of podcasts, I'm not gonna hang with him, but I can't talk about podcasts with Disco on the set. Disco don't want to hit it. I can't talk about podcasts with my man D-Grade on the set because with D-Grade, he do podcasting like I do. So that's who I talk to podcasts about. So you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. Salute to my girl Poe, 40 cents in the building. Thanks, good to see you. Now, surround yourself with people who are like-minded individuals. If you like spades, don't go to the football party. We're not finna start no football. We're not finna start no spades game till this football game over. And don't ask us to stop watching football and go play spades. And that's all I'm saying. Surround yourself with the right people so you can bloom and develop into the right entities. And when those entities bloom and develop, and then when we get through making this cake, we're gonna go over here and play these spades. That's it. That's it. That's all. So back to the point, back to making money. Again, you must invest, not just invest in the stock market. You need to invest in your community. Another key to investing in your community is we always make this complaint. Man, they ain't gonna let you do nothing. They didn't want your black ass out of bondage. They don't want your ass to learn how to read. They don't really want you watching this, but they didn't stop you. Thank God they ain't stop you. As I be sitting here talking to myself, which is kind of crazy, but I got people tapping in. But so when you be around those they don't and they ain't gones, you need to walk away from their ass. And that's it. That's what time it is. And again, I'm not telling you not to be friends. I'm telling you not to share your information and your dreams. Thank you for tapping in. Golden Brooks, obviously, Sister Phil. Good to see you, Phil. They are going to lead you down the wrong path. And I'm not saying, look, they might put you in a position to be a Cook County sheriff, and now you're making $130,000 a year or $220,000 a year, and you and your family living a great life. And they are how you like, man, but what if I would have? That's the wrong path. You may have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, ultimately financially, but you still had a yearning in your spirit saying, I wish I would have. I should have, could have, would have. And that's what they will get you. It's not a bad they, meaning your friends. They may not lead you down the wrong path, but it might be the wrong path for you, never fulfilling and living up to the talents that you have been given. All of us have a special talent. Guess what? God didn't make any blanks. There's no one God right now. The story of H-Rap, he say, and then H-Rap gonna be a loser. Nobody has that. You are good at something. You don't think it's needed, but it's needed. Back to the point. So when you surround yourself with the right people, when you're trying to community build per se, you need to build with people with like minds of yours. If you need to get up with a bunch of people like with me, I don't need to be hanging out with people who are so solely engaged in obtaining the bag, because I have a communal mind state. It's only going to frustrate the hell out of me. That's because I'm gonna be like, and see, and then I can go over, like, man, once we make this $1 million, we can go over here and help Thomas, man, because he got this temple out south, man, and these brothers doing good work. And they're gonna be like, man, what? No, we gonna go get some more money. But I'm like, no, but they doing good work and they helping the kids. Man, we'll figure that out later. And that's gonna frustrate me. But they're not wrong, and I'm not wrong. So I need to work with more people who are ready to invest in the community. So the point is, do you want to be rich? Or do you want to be in a comfortable environment where everybody is rich? See, do you want to have $300,000 Or do you want to have $300 million and everybody, $300,000 and everybody around you with 100 grand? Or do you want to have $300 million and everybody got 50,000? And that's the question you must ask yourself. A lot of people are not willing to take a little less. You know, they want to sit at the top of the mountain, but really, you don't have to sit at the top of the mountain. You just have to be on the mountain. And guess what? Let's talk about this. Look at some of the things we say. We don't support each other. We don't have the apparatus to support each other, because we made Tyler Perry move out of his car, and he was just about to put $700 million into a new studio. $700 million. But he had a different opportunity, and he's gonna make even more money. But he has the ability to create his own content and put it out there so he can make things happen. But again, this is when you invest into your thing so you can be better. Let's just start off with something as simple as hair and nails. I want you to understand this. I've said this for the last 3 weeks. There are people in play whose jobs is to help get you capital to start a business in their community. So there's taxes being made. Taxes being spent, and taxes being spent enhances the city and the county and the state, and the community is better. Now, this is when we leave the bag on the table. The bag is already in our community. We just keep stepping over it on the way to work. First and foremost, hair and nails. I'm opening up a barbershop. Dope. Good idea. But do we really need another barbershop? Because look at it this way. This is why we don't need another barbershop. The best barber in the world can't even get a haircut by the best barber in the world. How about that? I could have did that from a foolish starter today, but only certain people know about that foolish starter today. But the best barber, so we don't need one more barbershop. We don't need one more hair salon. You know what we do need? We need a Black-owned and unapologetically Black-owned beauty supply joint, because people are moving into our communities and they're getting rich off us. The reason the Asian guy, the Muslim guy, or the white guy can move into our neighborhoods and drive up in a Benz and leave with a pocket full of money is because we're chasing the wrong bag. We don't support each other. Well, how about this? When you go to your state rep or whoever it is that's in charge of the purse strings in your city, state, county, and say, hey, I have a game plan for a store. And then you go to church. You know, a lot of us go to church. You go to your church and you tell your pastor to introduce you to other pastors. And you are unapologetically go into those churches and say, hey, I have a Black-owned beauty supply place, and I need y'all to support it. Y'all tired of these people coming in our community and complaining? Then, well, I'm going to need y'all to support me. Y'all always say we don't support each other. It's, what's his name? Reverend Meeks on the south side. It's 10,000 of y'all. I need all 10,000 of y'all to come to my church. My church is a ton smaller. I need all y'all. When y'all go get your, what's that, Blue Magic or your hair rep or your sport waves or your whatever you're using your hair right now, I need y'all to come get that from me. And you need to use that extra gas money and go have your pastor introduce you to other pastors so you can have those people at the church. And then you need to get in contact with use the people in the chat room. You need to get in contact with man Disco, because Disco, he got a nail shop. Or our friend Jackie. Me and Disco, we grew up with this woman named Jackie. We need to get our hair and nails done at the Bottom Nail. That's the name of our shop, Bottom Nail. We need to go to the bottom and get our hands and feet done. Yeah. And oh man, they act the fool. See, people, Black people don't know how to act. No, actually, you don't know how to act, because you are outside your mind if you think the person who owns the beauty supply house, or if you think our friend Jackie, you think Jackie wouldn't straighten out one of her people if they got smart with you. You're outside your mind. You are outside of your mind. And then we start talking again. We go into, as a group, we go into Jackie's shop and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We got 5 churches with us. 5 churches. I'm going to need you to lower your prices just a little bit to make it affordable. But we got 5 churches that's going to come in here and exclusively deal with you. You're going to be tired every week. Whatever day y'all joint close, when you get off after that, let's say if you close on the same, most beauty supply or beauty places, salons, y'all close on Mondays and Tuesdays, like barbershops close on Mondays and Tuesdays for the most part. Saturday night, you won't be kicking it because you're gonna be tired. But you're gonna be leaning to the left because that's how much money you're gonna have. You're gonna have to put money in both pockets so you can balance yourself out. That's how you get. And then what you also do is you got Disco's. Disco is his beauty supply place. He's gonna put it next door to Jackie's nail shop. And then guess what? Then you got Phyllis's restaurant. And we gonna now, while I'm getting my nails done, I'm gonna order from Phyllis's. And while I'm gonna go get my hair done, I'm gonna go get the beauty supply shop and go to there. And then we're gonna go to Jackie's to get our nails and feet done. And that's how you build a community. So we got a restaurant on 79th and Ashland, Black owned. And then we got one on the north side, Black owned. And I'm not driving 7100 south to 7100 north, but other productive communities, they have everything right in line. And then we go to One United Bank, the largest independently owned Black bank in the United States of America. They ain't paying me nothing. I bank with them. They're not paying me a dime. And we're going to go put our money, a portion of our money, even again, back to that little $25, $30 that we trick off for nothing. We're going to put it in that bank. We could change the course of our neighborhoods. The reason what was inspired me, if you wonder, what inspired you to do this program like this? What inspired me is this. To quote the great rap group Mobb Deep, there's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe. And what? Why wasn't I safe? It's because we hear rhetoric and vitriolic pressure being put on the migrants and the Haitians. You've been hearing that the Haitians been eating dogs. They eating cats. And then we find out the lady cat was in her basement. The man dog was in his basement. Dog got lost in the house. This is what we fail. But what we really fail is, I've been telling y'all this all year. It's October. I've been telling y'all all year. Why they pointing the finger at them? If they get you to point the finger at them, it's a finger pointing at you. I told y'all this. The funny thing is that you having a conversation me and my daughter had just been talking about buying bills. I'm getting to that next, Thomas. Thank you, brother. Getting to that next. Exactly. Thank you, brother. And that's a good see. Having that conversation with your children, it's going to pay off. But again, we must buy these places in one centralized area. When you live in Chicago, there was a place that we affectionately called Jewtown. It was a bunch of Jewish store owners, and we called it Jewtown. A little further down the street, 63rd National. I don't know what the hell they called it from the west and north side. I wasn't going out there. When I was going to Jewtown on Madison. Sorry. But they probably called it something on the south side. But South Jewtown, because it was on Halsted, same street. But we have to do the same thing. The blueprint is out there. And then we got restaurants, and then we can do this. I took the time to do a little research. I actually didn't do a whole lot of research. I knew about this, but I put it up right there. NACA, www.naca.com. Guess what? Thomas, that's exactly what, that right there is what my brother Thomas needs to look into. They have over $3 billion. And if you have a 580 credit score, they'll lend you money at the lowest interest rate in the United States of America. Oh, by the way, you know how most creditors go by how long you've been paying your bills. You pay your bills 10,000 years. Guess what? NACA, if you've been paying your cell phone bill, paying your light bill, paying your gas bill, paying your rent, they give you credit for that. So people fall upon hard times, and NACA got your back. Well, again, these are just entities in which I'm leaving that on screen for a little while. These are just entities in which you can use. See, again, remember I told you earlier in the conversation, God will show you how to do things. Me and Thomas, we didn't have that conversation. Him and his daughter had that conversation. Thomas tapped in, and now Thomas has a resource. Again, that's why I said, if you living righteous, God will shine down on you and give you the ability to obtain the things that you want. Blank, period, end of story. Now, You also, if you go into the title of the show, the NACA link is in my show. So if you ended it, I couldn't write it down, HRAP. If you got the link, open up the link, go to the note, go to the comment, the description, click that link, you write there. So with that being said, but this is what we have to do. We must get to the point whereas we're centralizing our money. That's why we don't, that's why, man, we don't support each other. First of all, Negro, how many damn t-shirts do you think people want to buy? You only selling t-shirts. I don't need no damn t-shirts. I don't need that many. So yeah, I bought your t-shirt for $40. I ain't buying no more until I need another t-shirt, and I'm not gonna need a whole lot of t-shirts. So come on, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Add some jeans. Again, Style Gods. This episode of the End of the Bench Media Building the Stories brought to you by Style Gods. STYLSGODS. StyleGods.com. Thank you. That's a true supporter. That is a true contributor to my program. They didn't give me a little change. But like I'm saying, we must centralize our locations. So guess what? When you walking out the nail shop, you're gonna get your hair stuff. You're gonna get some chicken from Phyllis, and you're gonna go home. Or guess what? Thomas, who's just on the screen, he got an insurance company down the street. See, that's how we build a community, and that's how we become independently dependent on each other. 60 million Black people in this country that are decisions of the enslaved Africans of the United States. That's not counting the Africans from the continent who have migrated over here. That's not counting the Haitians that have migrated here. That's not other people from the Caribbean that have migrated here. The brothers and sisters from South America that have migrated here. The brothers and sisters from Canada. I'm just talking about the 60 million of us that were brought here and captured and put in bondage. That's all I'm talking about. DJ Magnots in the building. Good to see you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. So we can be self-sustaining. Again, this goes back into investing. Remember, I've already covered the beauty, then the hair and nails. How about this? We be spending goo gobs of money at coffee shops. Guess what? Black people own coffee shops too. Black people own coffee shops. We need to make a concerted effort at shopping with our own and shamelessly doing it. Oh man, we can't only shop with Black people. You damn fool. Yes, you can. Because if you only shop with my man DJ Mad Knox at the coffee shop that he owns, guess what? He gets to know your face. And when your cousin Junebug get out the joint, you can call DJ Mad Knox and say, yo, look, Junebug need a job, man. It's my cousin. He's trying to get his mind right. And then Knox can let him sweep up in front of the store. Then he let him become a barista. And then next thing you know, he's the manager. And next thing you know, Knox got three locations, one on the south side, one on the north side, one on the west side. I mean, two on the west side, one on the south side, and then two more on the south side. And next thing you know, due to coffee, Knox is a millionaire because we've decided we're not going to Starbucks because Starbucks don't benefit us. Starbucks benefits them. And you better get to the point where it's us and them. And by the way, all of a sudden, we're supporting each other. Check it out. Now we got just leisurely activities, pick-me-ups, and coffee. We got restaurants. We got hair, nails, and beauty. Wow. Check that out. Now, here's the thing. Now, remember when I told you, there's 3 ways of knowing the truth. Experience, faith, and facts. Facts. Here go another fact. 4 years ago, today, we were in the midst of one of the worst pandemics in 100 years. Literally 100 years, 1920, it was the Spanish flu. Guess who was holding the country down? Black women, Black men who are first responders, where they working at these clinics and they working at these senior living situations and things of that nature. So why not only do that? You get training to work in those facilities. And then you go again to the state rep, you go to the SBA.com, and you open up a institution so you can hire people like you out of these universities, out of these programs, these certificate programs, so you can pay them because we held it down. We held it down. And then once you do that, now you hire all young sisters and brothers who go into the nursing field, and then you open up your own senior living facilities because 2008, HBO did a special about senior living facilities, and they said that's going to be the biggest thing because the baby boomers and the greatest generation, that's our parents, and the baby boomers are our parents' children, our parents' first children, and then I'm up Gen X, and we are getting older. So why not create a facility for the people who need people who getting older? Now they have senior daycare. Hey, it's an empty building. That used to be an apartment building, and they got a rec center in it already. And you're gonna rehab it, and you're gonna move people into those facilities. And they got factories all around this country that you can bring these seniors in and make it well lit and make it smell good and make it a good environment. You can hire those young ladies and those young men. And now we're taking care of our elders. Why is that key? Because now you can bring in a daycare center. All of us having kids. I mean, you have no kids. 50% of the people in broken homes. Guess what? You can apply with the United States federal government, and you can have a child care facility next to the senior facility and make those older people feel worthy because now they're looking after these young people and their minds are sharp and they're sharing and they're bleeding into those kids. Now you got older people helping you earn money, nurturing younger people. Those younger people now become wild thundercats, but they already got that senior love and that senior assistance. Those seniors are feeling good about themselves, and they looking forward to go to the senior daycare. We're taking care of our folks. Now money continues to be made, and guess what? Luckily, that's down the street from Disco's Beauty Supply, Jackie's Nail Shop, Phyllis Chicken Joint, Thomas's Insurance Company. You see what I'm saying? There's money being left. That's the bag that y'all keep talking about. Oh man, how can I open an insurance company, A-Sharp? The same way Lincoln, that cheap ass Lincoln Insurance that's been on Washington and Ada for the last 10,000 years. And when you broke, you go to that insurance company. You know why? Because State Farm bankrolls them, they become the underwriter. And then because you're underwritten by State Farm and you got this substandard insurance and you're focusing on broke people, you compile your money until you are independently owned. This is what the man does to get your money. If you don't believe, just call your insurance company. If you don't have State Farm, Geico, or one of the top tier insurance companies, go to your insurance company. Who underwrites you? And they'll tell you, because they have to tell you. And next thing you know, you're like, yeah, he ain't dumb as he look. So this is what we need to do. These are the things we're doing. And this is what we really engage in. Do you remember from Roosevelt, from Laflin and Racine? We just exactly Father and Sons, Whiners, all them joints. Yes, I do remember that, T. Yes, indeed, I do remember that. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. We had the ice cream joint. You had the liquor store. You had the liquor store on Racine, liquor store right between Washburn. You had the record store, the pharmacy. Again, that's what I was going to get to, that pharmacy. Again, Walgreens is closing on the west side of Chicago. So we start using those places. Walgreens and some of these grocery stores are closing. We don't go to Jewel anymore. We don't go to Walgreens anymore. We got these people who are pharmacy techs. We got people who are in school to be pharmacy techs. And we start telling, we go open up, again, you use the government funding to open up goddamn pharmacy. I was going to call it an RX, but same thing. Pharmacy. And we continue to grow our community slowly but surely. So now we got a pharmacy, we got cellulars. First and foremost, why is it that we got these clinics and ain't no pharmacy inside? Why am I leaving a doctor's office and not getting my prescription filled? But that's another show. It just popped in my head. I don't understand. But it's kind of stupid. But now we got these pharmacies. We got grocery stores. We got coffee joints. We got chicken joints. We got fast food joints that are in our community. We got hair, nails, and beauty. Check that out. And they all in the same circumference. But within the 1 mile radius, so we can walk, or we can walk to them and drive to them and so forth and so on. Oh, wow. Now, I went to the doctor. I got a clean bill of health. He gonna give me these cholesterol pills, so I got to go pee a lot, drink a lot of water. I'm gonna be cool. But you know what they told me, that what I'm gonna do is this: I am going to go get me a little swig, but we ain't drinking Hennessy no more. We ain't drinking that no more. We gonna drink Uncle Nearest. And oh man, I don't like that. I tried to shut up. We gonna drink Uncle Nearest because Fawn Weaver, one of my Facebook friends, not my Facebook friend, me and her be chopping it up on Twitter. She is the sole owner of Uncle Nearest whiskey. And again, let's not get into semantics. I don't drink whiskey, I drink vodka. Shut up. Cayete Pendejo. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna drink Fawn's liquor. And guess what? We're gonna go to the liquor store that's owned by us. Again, if you are an avid drinker, open up a liquor store. Period. Open up a liquor store. And then that's what you do. On the back of the liquor store, you open up a bar and you say you some chicken wings, and you hook up with Phyllis's chicken joint, and they're gonna bring the chicken wings to the bar that you have on the side of your liquor store. We all chilling there, and we're gonna be grown, and we're gonna be just like the joint on the south side of Chicago. Actually, it's at Calumet Park, Illinois. It's a small suburb between Chicago and Calumet City. Geno's. They got tables set up for bidwits. They got tables set up with spades. They got tables set up for dominoes, and they selling food, and they got a bar, all in one joint. Guess what? I used to go over to homie crib during the pandemic. Geno's was packed like it wasn't no COVID, because we get down the way we get down, and y'all know this. So we can have a Geno's on the west side, we can have a Geno's on the south side, we have a Geno's in the suburbs. This is what we do. Again, don't tell me we don't support, because Geno's is black owned. There was nobody but black folks in there, and them cars be all in the street. And guess what? Calumet Park police are all black, and they circle the block, make sure what no nefarious activities going on, like stuff being stolen out of your car being actually stolen. And then it was all people 33, 35 and up. So it wasn't no tomfoolery. And guess what? It was a peaceful situation, because you know what, them young Thundercats that act a fool and everything, they don't tend to go places where we ain't gonna play none of that foolishness. And we ain't playing no booty shaking. We playing Ashley Brothers and Frankie Beverly and things of that nature. Again, we're investing in our culture, which is the cool out culture. On Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday nights, we're gonna watch the games at the joint. We're going to get the wings from Phyllis. Let's see how it continues to trickle down. And y'all keep saying it can't happen. And now we got the liquor covered. We got the entertainment covered. We got the food covered. We got the beautification covered. And then instead of it, again, remember I told you how you'll watch a television show, you'll watch a movie, and you'll leave it in that screen, or you'll leave it in that joint. Yeah, I'm going to show you another thing. Most people love that TV show Power, and all the ladies love Ghost because he was sexy and he cut up and all that stuff, and they had some nice looking women on there. Did you notice anything about Ghost and his fashion? Ghost wasn't wearing stuff out of Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and things like that. Because see, I'm killing it, and so Ghost had his own tailor. We used to have our own tailors. Guess what? In 7 months, it'll be prom season. 7 months, it'll be prom season. And it's going to be a group of people getting their daughter a $12, $15, $2,000 dress, getting their son a $12, $15, $2,000, $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 suit that he only going to wear one time. But we can also call those same men and women who make those dresses and shirts and get us to make us some work clothes. And it'll be cut to fit to you. And now You are clothed, you are fed, you are entertained, and all of these entities are in one place. Because you know one thing about black folk, we would jump down and get shot. As we say on the west side, you will be casket shot every chance you get. But why would you go pay $700 for some whoever jeans that's popping now? Seven, eight, $1,200 for those jeans. But I can go to Poetic Scenes and how make me a whole outfit. This is gonna be the only. I'm gonna get her to get me a Golden God Trail. Wham! I'm finna stomp down in the joint, and I'll be the only one looking like this. That's how you do it. If you really want to be shy, you make something that only you have. And that way, you know, when the haters in the building, because the haters show up. I don't care where you are, the haters gonna show up. When they show up, you ain't never gonna look across the room and be like, I got that same outfit, girl. Well, guess what? You ain't the only one with an Amazon card. You ain't the only one that seen Bloomingdale. They sold, it was 50 of them shirts there when you picked it up. You think you're the only one came in there and liked it. So knock it off. Let me hit this chat room. Let me see. All the neighborhood stores were owned by blacks. Yes, 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 yes. There were no Arabs. Yeah, indeed. 14th and Paulina, Evans, and two stores on the corner, Evans and the other store. It was on Mr. Moore, Mr. Hooper, Father Son's Moon. Yep, 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 yep. And the Green Store. Let's not forget about the Green Store. Yes. Barbershops, indeed. My man Anthony, aka Sam, he cutting hair right now. He listening, cutting hair right now. I'll be seeing a couple of days, Jack. But this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. And then that was the next thing. Car shops. You had my great grandfather, Theodore Whitmore. You had Mr. Craig down here. You had Mr. Williams in Jarm City. You had the Adams family on 14th Street. Tire shops, repair shops. And guess what? We don't even have to go and buy cars from the dealer no more because we can go to the auction and we can have my man Larry at his shop fix that car like his daughter gonna drive it, and then sell it to you at a moderate amount. And now we got our own situation. Y'all, it sounds like a pipe dream. It really does. Because we've been manipulated into believing that we can't do these things. But we can. We can and we will. That's what you see on the screen. Carol's, the Green Store. Yeah. Carol and the Green Store, which was the same place. It later became Carol's, Terry and Carol's, and then it was the Green Store initially. But they were feeding the entire medical zone, the medical area. There's a medical zone in Chicago where you got Cook County Hospital, where most of the people in Chicago are born. You got Rush Hospital, where I was born. UIC Hospital, where a bunch of other people was born. Right there. You got the schools there. You got UIC University, Rush University, all those people right there. So they were making about $4,500 to $6,000 a day selling chicken wings and stuff like that. Remember, we don't share with each other. We don't support each other. They making more money than Brinks. But nobody ever thought about it. Oh man, think about it, man. $4,500 a day time. We just gonna say 20. That's all I'm saying. These are the things that are sitting in our faces that we allow other entities to move into our community, and we're not even paying attention. But the Democrats don't do nothing for us. Well, I don't need the Democrats to do anything. I just need you to keep them Klan adjacent goofballs away from me. So again, and that's when it all comes to fruition. A-Rap is running for office. He gonna be the deputy mayor. He gonna be the mayor. He gonna be the state senator. He gonna be the state senator. He gonna be the U.S. senator. He gonna be the U.S. representative. Whatever I'm running for, he gonna be the Cook County commissioner. Not a problem. We want H-Rap to be that. But H-Rap, Phyllis, Thomas, Jackie, Darren, and whoever else I name, Poetic Sins, DJ Mad Knox, y'all gonna come together and y'all gonna get a bag of money and y'all gonna say, you're gonna do what we need. We're dedicating this to your campaign. You're gonna do what we need you to do. And that's how you get things done. And the most important thing we need to invest in as a community is this. The biggest thing we need to invest in is this, y'all. Y'all know what the biggest thing we need to invest in is? Funerals. Who make the coffins? You ever thought about that? Have you ever considered who make coffins? I haven't until I drove past a coffin place the other day. Imagine. It's a horrible thing to say right now, but when you don't just hear me, listen. At the rate we allegedly are dying, black on black crime, black people killing each other, black people did this. Okay. What if black people were buying and making the coffins that y'all killing each other and put them in? And then we getting insurance companies. Again, I remember this Arab cat I knew. We was chopping it up. And he was like, yeah, man, B, I'm gonna quit this job. I said, what's going on? He said, man, my grandmother, she about to die. Me and my siblings, I got 2 siblings, and we got $1 million contract on we got $1 million insurance policy on my grandma. We're gonna split it 3 ways. We already paid for her burial expenses, so we finna get $333,000 a piece, and I'm about to open up this. I said, where you gonna open it up at? He didn't even see it coming. He was, oh man, I'm finna go over here on where your people at. He didn't say those words, but I'm finna open it up over here because that's something that's needed over there, right in the middle of our neighborhood. So he took his $333,000 for the death of his grandmother, opened up a business, and the joint's still open today. It was like 8 years ago, and he thriving. And you might go, man, how could you benefit off your grandmama's death? Because guess what? Your behind is gonna die too. And just imagine if you get an insurance policy on the oldest member of your family, 4 or 5 of y'all pay that $300, and now it's 4 of y'all get $250,000 a piece, tax free. Insurance benefits are not taxed, so you get $250,000. And then when you get now that your business is thriving, you put $1 million, like with me, you don't put $1 million on it, and then my old lady, Bria and BJ, they gonna get paid. What if I croak first? My old lady, BJ and Bria, $333 a piece. They out of the woods. And that's the way we need to be looking at it. Who making these headstones? Who making these coffins? Who burying these people? Who embalming these people? Who runs the crematorium? Imagine if we only exclusively dealt with the Black-owned crematorium, the Black-owned coffin maker, the Black-owned funeral director, the Black-owned funeral home owner. Because funeral director and funeral home owner are 2 different things in some cases. So these are the things that we need to be paying attention to, because everybody else, they live in large on that. Shout out to my son. He started this electrician. He's about to be an apprentice in electricians union. Again, we're gonna guide our children towards that, because guess what? If me and my sister, we've been thinking like this. BJ's an electrician. Julian is a heating and air conditioning dude. Robert is a heating and air conditioning electrician, and whatever, carpenters, plumber. Yeah, carpenter. Julian is a carpenter. Peanut is a carpenter. Phil is a floor guy, and Phil is a roof guy. Sam is a real estate agent, and all our boys will be rich right now because they're rehabbing houses. Speaking of rehabbing houses, that's going to be the last thing I want us to understand. Remember, I told us we need to put all those things in the same area. What about those dilapidated homes around those areas? We bring in our children who are electricians, plumbers, roofers, floor people, heating and air conditioning people, and they rehab those houses. They sell those houses, and you bound through that NACA program that I just put up there. I'm gonna put it up there again. Where is it? We get the crib through NACA for the lowest interest rate, and even with not the greatest credit, with the lowest interest rate now, your crib is becoming an asset, not a default, not something Not something that we and then guess what? When you buy that house, you will naturally learn how to put a demo in. You'll realize that the electricity that flows through your house, even if it shocks you, it won't kill you. Now you know how to put a dimmer in. Now you know how to install a ceiling fan. Now you know how to gut your sinks and things. Because I ain't finna pay Julian to do that every time. I'm gonna learn how to do this myself. Now your son knows how to do it. Now your daughter knows how to do it. Then when they buy a house, and then you create a community that is a circular income situation. We can teach. We got people teaching insurance. We got people teaching trade. You got people teaching auto mechanics. You got teaching people who are examples of entrepreneurism, and then we continue to expand and grow. All of a sudden, in every city in the United States of America, right down the street from Chinatown, right down the street from Little Italy, right down the street from the Ukraine village, right down the street from the Puerto Rican part of the neighborhood, right down the street from the Mexican part of the neighborhood, we got little Africa. We don't even gotta call it little Africa. We can just call it the continent. Because it's more of us than most of them. So since Africa is the biggest continent in the world, and it's more of us than most of them, and we gonna have the most land, we'll be Africa. With that being said, ladies, gentlemen, haters, and bitter friends, I still need y'all to hit that like. I still need y'all to hit that share. And I need y'all to share this link because this is not a pipe dream. Pipe dreams are things that have never happened. What I just said used to be in existence in our community. You saw it via Golden and you saw it via Thomas. They named places here in Chicago that we used to solely shop at. Jerry's on the north side of Chicago, Farmer Brown's on the north side of Chicago. And if y'all don't think black folks should do that, one time we had my man Big P crib. I think it was about 1990. I was a college dropout at that time. And Foster was at the University of Illinois. Foster called Pat, said, man, I'm on my way up there. We're going to Farmer Brown. He was 150 miles away, drove to Chicago 2 hours later just to get some barbecue chicken from the north side of Chicago. That's how much we used to support each other. So while we keep saying what's not going to happen, what ain't going to happen, and what could not happen, I've experienced it happening. Now, the question is, do you want it to happen again? Do you want it to happen? Up the cab stand right down Palina. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Right down Palina, Roosevelt Road next to Moons. I feel you, T. I feel you. Yes, indeed. And these are the things I'm talking about. And I am wholly convinced that Uber is the result of some white boy being in the hood, getting a ride through the cab stand, and next thing you know, they doing. I put the link in the what's the name in the chat room, and that's two. I think I just yeah, that's NACA. So the people are still here. Hit that link. It's in the chat room. If you come late, it's in the context of the show. Click that link. You can go to NACA. They got a program. They will help you get your credit to the point where they can lend you some money. They will put you in a dilapidated home if you like. You can get you one of these little $35,000, $40,000 cribs. And then you rehab it, and you go get your sister to get one, and your brother to get one, and your uncle to get one, your niece to get one, your nephew to get one. By the way, NACA is not just an Illinois-based business. That is a national business. They got $5 billion, billion with a B, that they're getting rid of. And the man, every week, I hear him come on the Karen Hunter show. Like every couple months, I'm tripping. It ain't every week. But every so often, he comes on the Karen Hunter show. One thing you know about Sister Karen Hunter, if you on Karen Hunter show, you have been vetted and you understand, and you can be trusted. We need to do these. We need to master our resources. By the way, you know what I said? That was the last thing I was going to talk about. But I got a buddy, man, named Michael Skeet Horton. He has this program called Hoop Till It Hurts. I got a buddy named Coach Michael Skeet Horton, and I got a buddy named Coach Vince Carter. I hope they're listening. I got a suggestion for them. Some of the best basketball players in the history of sports have come from Chicago, Illinois. Some of the best some of the best football players are Donovan McNabb, Russell Maryland. D-Grade is familiar with that. He's a big-time Cowboy fan. They come from Chicago. Come from Chicago. The reason I'm bringing that up, instead of being to do with the Nike contract, this is what we can do. Instead of getting a Nike contract, if you the hottest thing smoking, you got the big social media presence, and you got 1 million people subscribing to your YouTube, or 500,000, or even 100,000. Instead of doing what LeBron James did, you go to college, you continue to build your fan base. Now you're at the University of Illinois, and all the kids at the University of Illinois follow you on Instagram, and they follow you on fan base, and they follow you on Facebook, and they follow you on Twitter, because I'm never gonna call it X. They follow you on TikTok, and you got and everybody love you. So now these brands need you. Don't sign a Nike contract. Sign the same contract that General Motors that they have with Chevy. Nike would be General Motors in this situation. You want your own Chevy. I don't want a gym shoe contract. I want a gym shoe brand. So yeah, you are making my gym shoe. But I am the next Steph Curry, the next John Morant, the next Zion Williamson, the next LeBron James, the next Kevin Durant. I want y'all to make my shoe. Y'all can keep Nike on it, but this is mine. I don't want a Nike contract. I want you to make me a shoe. And then we're going to sell it. We're going to split the profit right down the middle. I already have a creative fan base. And guess what? Now all of a sudden, I got the next Jordan brand. See, LeBron signed a lifetime $1 billion contract. Big ups to my man, LeBron King J. Big ups to him. But I'm thinking past that. See, just like y'all argue, is LeBron better than Jordan? Evolution says yes. You might not like him more, but evolution says yes. And there's somebody that's going to be better than LeBron. And the next, your nephew, cousin, or what have you, your grandson, granddaughter, they need to be thinking, okay, they got a shoe contract. I want a shoe. And then at that point, we dominate. I want to salute to the people who find me. That's Willie D. Nori, Talib Kweli, Zoe Williams, Sway Calloway, Roden Martin, Heather B. Al, Jonathan, the super dope brother Clay Kane, my personal favorite, to read down your favorite, Lamont King and Dr. Greg Carr, and the queen of Black Talklandia, Karen Hunter. I want to thank each and every one of you. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that. Go to YouTube. It's a black button on the right that says subscribe. Right next to it is a drop down button. Hit that bell. And then every time I pop on, you can tap in. It's your man, H Rapper. It's been dope talking to you as usual. I'm the greatest man alive. 2 fingers, 1 word.
We lust for that cheese, we lose sleep, dreams of that cream. We killing our teens, they dying for this American dream. Them government schemes, they turning us to hustlers and fiends. We hustling trees, them politicians smuggling green. Chasing that cheese, got everybody stressed in the streets. Pardon me for speaking freely, let it breathe. Evangelists preach the congregations out of their seats. They writing them checks for tithes, now as people can't eat. She stripping for change for school, now she giving them brain. She used to that loot, she earning, now she giving them strain. He new to this game, but hungry, so he cooking his cane. He getting that paper, but then they gave him 2 to the brain. It's rules to this game, but hustlers never hustle for fame. The spirit of greed is grimy, so we struggle to change. They put us in chains to take away our African names. But if we submissive and don't resist, then who do we blame? It's all a game, man. These Europeans staking they claim. And you a victim of their game plan. You thinking they ain't, you thinking they saints. Remember all them niggas they hang. Killed our women and our children, all our leaders are slain. They gave us Obama, but that nigga was hoping for change. But Zimmerman is killing niggas and he free. Shit is crazy, babies having these babies and getting checked. But keep the child from they pop to rip his heart out his chest. Our rappers was leaders and now they in the booth and the dress. Spitting bullshit and making more but giving us less. They taking our sound and changing ours, dumbing it down. They taking our jobs and homes and they shutting us out. They taking our kids because it ain't a man in the house. They locking us down, but soon they gon' be wiping us out. They told our women they was too independent to need a man. They told our brother he was too insignificant to advance. It's all a game, man. These Europeans staking they claim. And you a victim of their game plan. You thinking they ain't, you thinking they saints. Remember all them niggas they hang. Killed our women and our children, all our leaders is slain. It's all a game. We We lust for that cheese. We lose sleep, dreams of that cream. We killing our teens. They dying for this American dream.
It's not hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true. It's not hate to say that we were Jim Crow, discriminated and segregated.
Our problem has been, as black people, we've always been concerned about white America, never about us. And what we've always thought is that white America equal the same interest as us. That is not true. We must now be concerned.
I can't be a pessimist because I'm alive. To be a pessimist means that you have agreed that human life is an academic matter. So I'm forced to be an optimist. I'm forced to believe that we can survive whatever we must survive.
I might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
Tuned in to the End of the Bench media that's bold, black, and beautiful.